Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Care Too Much show. I'm your host, GC3. In the center, we got the front man of the band, Young Ian.
What's up?
And on the right, we got the backbone of the band, drummer boy Josh.
That's good.
And today, we're going to be talking about our top 10 songs of 2024. Overall, what do you guys think of 2024 as a year of music?
Lots of good music. Really a lot of good music.
Yeah, it was really cool. It's one of those things where, as I'm reflecting back within the year, I didn't realize how much music and records have been released throughout this year.
For real, yeah.
Yeah, whether it's in the rock category, punk, hardcore, rap, or pop, there's so many. Even country too, or just any other genre.
It was a stacked year.
It was.
Yeah, definitely.
I listened to a lot of new music, and I listened to so much new music, I feel like I'm going to take a big break in 2025.
Oh, dude.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Before we give our top 10s, I feel like we should first talk about our biases, because I feel like all three of us have different biases when it comes to the kind of music we prefer.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Okay.
for instance, I'm a big rock and metal guy.
Mhm.
So anything within those genres and subgenres, I kind of have preference towards. And some songs, you'll see that be the case. Some songs, you'll be like, oh, that's surprising, given what I just said. But
Right.
overall, that's my preference.
Yeah. And at least with my preferences, literally, the first half of the first top half of my list are records and songs that I've drummed on. So of course I want to make that my top priority, and then everything else is secondary. I mean, not to discredit the other people on my list, but the top ones that I have are records and drums that records and songs that I have drummed and recorded on for collectives and artists and whatnot. So yeah, those will definitely be mine for sure. So just to give y'all a little bit of a heads up. So yeah.
Yeah, and I have basically the same bias as Gabriel, just kind of with emo. I'm a sucker for anything, emo or emo sounding. So there's going to be a lot of that on there, but at the same time, a lot of other stuff too, just because so much good music came out this year. So yeah, super excited to show you guys our lists.
Well, before I get into the top 10, I want to talk about honorable mentions.
Okay.
You guys could do that as well.
Okay.
I have way too many because I had a lot of favorites this year.
I only have honorable mentions for the albums, so I don't have any for songs, but I do have some for the albums, so stay tuned for that.
All right, let me speed run these real quick because I have 20. So, Two-Face by Linkin Park, Punished by Ethel Cain, A Work of Art by Nice Nine Kills, Retro Trajectory by Origami Angel, Top 10 Statues That Cry Blood by Bring Me the Horizon, Loud Bark by Mannequin Pussy, Pack a Punch by Joey Valence and Bray, Company Culture by Lamborghini Girls, Next Semester by 21 Pilots, Starburster by Fontaines DC, Echo by the Marias, Hey Jane by Tyler the Creator, Classical by Vampire Weekend, Hal Ashby by Touche Amore, Toothache by Locked Shut, Sadness as a Gift by Adrienne Linker, Bells and Whistles by Bright Eyes, People in the Streets by MGMT, You Tried That Thing Where You're Human by Aquadeca, and Afraid to Die by Movits.
Wow.
And that's just the honorable mentions. That's already stacked.
Yes.
Dang, I didn't even, to be honest, I should have done that. I didn't even have any honorable mentions.
Oh, you're good.
I just did top 10, just top 10.
I only have them for albums, so I didn't even do it for songs. So
Okay,
yeah, you're chilling, man.
But yeah, dang, dude, that's a lot of great ones.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, when it came down to picking my number 8 and 9, so many of those I had to leave out.
Yeah.
I was shocked Movements and 21 Pilots didn't make the top 10 because I listened to those throughout the year.
Wow. And you know what? Dang, that's so true. And when you mentioned Bring Me the Horizon, I was like, oh yeah, they did release stuff in 2024.
Yep, they did a lot of releases.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Gosh,
so I probably forgot some stuff too. Honestly, I definitely forgot. So but that's why we got these lists.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And before we dive into the top 10, a little disclaimer: we are not music critics. We're not saying these are the best songs. We are just saying these are our favorites.
These are just our favorites, our personal favorites.
Yeah.
So don't come at it.
Yeah, don't be mad at us if your song isn't on the list.
All right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if you have any favorites, leave them.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know in the comments below. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So for number 10 for me, I have Absolute Bloom by Higher Power.
Whoa! Nice. Yeah.
Absolute banger of a track. Something about that chorus just makes me want to go back and listen to the song over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing pop punk ballad.
Yeah.
That's just the easiest way to describe it.
Yeah, dude, y'all should have went with Me to the Neck Deep show back in February because Higher Power opened up
Oh
the
yeah,
night. Y'all
damn,
would have
yeah,
loved it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Back in February of 2024, I saw this band, right? They're called Neck Deep. And it was over in Pomona, and the band that was opening up for them at the time was Higher Power. I've never heard of these dudes prior before that, but when I heard of them and when I saw them live, like they put on a very great first impression. I was like, "Whoa, these dudes are sick." Then I was telling Ian and Gabriel, like, "Yo, those dudes Higher Power that opened up at a Neck Deep show, they're so sick. I gotta play out some tracks." And then now I'm super stoked that you got one of
you
their
made on
songs
the
on your
list.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
looked.
awesome.
When you told me about that show, I looked them up, and then I think like throughout the year they had like 2 singles that came out, and that was like the second one that came out, and that one like really stuck with me. So
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you and everything like that.
you're
You can
good,
go ahead.
bro. We're
Yeah,
talking
sure.
about our favorite
We're
music.
talking about
All
our
right.
favorite music. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. So my number 10 is "Batty on the Floor" by Jamie XX.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
Yeah. Just a really, really good dance song. Really great beat. Great production from Jamie XX, and it's just a feel good song. Makes you want to dance. Super catchy, and just really puts you in a good mood. Great sounding. So shouts out to Jamie XX.
There you
I
go.
love the XX.
Mhm.
I surprisingly have not checked that out yet.
It's good. It's good. I can attest.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out later.
Yeah.
Yeah. For my number 10, it's Steel Spine by Lock Shut.
Nice.
I want to give a special shout out to Gabriel because he's the one that introduced us to this band. And man, those dudes are so sick. In the group text, Gabriel, he texted us the music video for that song. And like, I went on it, watched it, and I was just like, whoa, like it's like the singer, dude, I forgot who's the name of the singer. Oliver Francis.
Right.
That's his name. And I've already heard about the dude prior to him being in Lock Shut, so I didn't even know he had a second project besides like what he's doing right now. So when Gabriel showed me that, I was like, wait a minute. I think I know this dude. And then it was just like a full circle moment. But yeah, great hardcore band. Those dudes are freaking killer. Like, I love that. The music video is so sick. So I definitely put that as my top 10. And yeah, thanks, Gabriel.
Killer band. They were on my honorable mentions. You heard it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome band.
But yeah, man.
For number 9, I have The Midnight Sun by Cane Hill.
Nice.
I've been a huge fan of this band since 2018, I believe. Very long gap between records for them. They had a couple EPs before this new album came out in 2024. This was the lead single, and it's just such a great evolution of their music. Back in the day, I used to call them a perfect mix between Slipknot and Korn.
Ooh.
And with this, like I feel like they've easily come into their own. Like, this is a song that sounds just Cane Hill. That's like the best way to describe it. It's amazing metal music. A favorite for sure.
Yeah, that Cane Hill record was good. I listened to it too. Definitely can attest.
Yeah, same here. Gabriel showed me them in the car, like one time when we were driving actually from a meeting that we had, and yeah, I was blown away by it too. But what I did was actually after you were playing like the songs from the record, I went home and I listened to it like right away. I was like, wow, it's so good. But yeah, Slipknot and Korn. That's a good
That's exactly what their older music used to sound like.
Yeah, this is a good comparison.
Yeah. Yeah, if you listen to them between 2016 and 2018, that's like the perfect description for them.
Yeah.
And then now in 2024, like Cane Hill, like that, I feel like they're like their own genre now. So
yeah.
On to my number 9, which is "No Hands" by Joey Valencia. Such a great song. Fucking sick, chill ass beat. Just super smooth. And just great production. It's high energy, but super chill. Really like that mix. And just an all-around really great chill out song to just kick back to.
100% agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dang, that's so
I love The first time I heard that Shirley Temple line to start the song off, I was like,
Yeah,
this,
so many
this
good
already
lines.
slaps. This already slaps.
The fucking Roblox line is just so funny. Yeah, man, great song.
Yeah, I remember I got into those dudes my last semester of college. Like I don't, dude. I totally forgot how, but like they just came up under my recommendations on YouTube, and it was Punk Tactics.
Yeah.
And
And then you showed us Punk Tactics, and we
Yeah.
were like, hey, this is good.
Yeah,
And then they released a new album, and we're
Yeah.
like, that's good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right, exactly.
Yeah, they remind me of like the newer version of the Beastie Boys,
Mhm.
you know, and which I believe even, you know, themselves, they've like talked about Beastie Boys being one of like their inspirations as well too. So you know what I mean, that totally makes sense. But yeah, those dudes are freaking sick. Yeah, but dude, dang, that's tight.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. For me, my number 9 would be a Bedcam by Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay,
I love
nice.
that
That's-
song.
dude.
It's a good song.
Yeah, here's the thing. Don't know if I want to say the term overrated, but as popular of a song that song's on the radio like 24/7. And for me, I'm not really a big fan of songs that are always constantly playing on the radio because I can get sick of it very,
Mhm.
very easily. But
Mhm.
when it comes to that song in particular, I do not get tired of it.
Nice.
Like, dude, like it's so like in the pocket, and as a drummer, I love like music that's like we're just like in the pocket, just like locked in with the groove, and like it has like a really good blend of like kind of like the 70s, like the 80s in terms of like maybe like a little bit like disco pop, but with a modern twist to it. And with Sabrina Carpenter, like she definitely aced that for sure. And her whole like new record is just like so good from like
Mhm.
start to finish. Not just Bedcan, but just the whole record in general. It like I like it's super dope. Love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a super solid album, and that's one of my favorites on the album.
Oh,
I love that song. It's a really good song.
Yeah,
it's,
definitely.
It's so good. Yeah. Good
I
song,
think
yeah.
I remember I was listening to that record in the background while I was doing work on my computer,
Mhm.
and when I heard that camaraderie line for the first time, I busted up laughing so hard.
Oh,
That shit
really?
was
Camaraderie.
I mean, come on, yeah, that shit had me
Dude.
dying. I was like, ooh, that's good. That's a banger.
No idea. Wow. But yeah, Bedcam. Love that song.
Number 8, I have "Holy Holy" by Jordy Greep.
Nice, yep.
I was a huge Black Midi fan, and then they broke up, and I was sad. And then Jordy Greep announced a new album, and I was happy again.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just Black Midi 2.0, but somehow cleaner, jazzier, and just overall batshit more insane. Holy Holy is crazy as all hell. It starts off as one thing, you know, he's so overconfident and fucking groovy and
Oh, yeah.
really like trying to hype himself up.
Uh-huh.
And in the end, it's just a breakdown of his ego, and it's such a crazy song.
Yep.
But that chorus is infectious.
Yep.
The melodies the harmonies are great. You know,
Yeah.
it gets stuck in your head.
It does.
So yeah, Jordy Greep, Holy Holy.
Yeah. Great song. Great song.
Yeah, it's a good song too. Like, I mean, this is probably just me. Like as a drummer, I always like listening to like other drummers on records and just like beats like in general. But when it comes to that song, there's definitely like moments of time where like the drums are like kind of like off tempo for a little bit, and it does like these different like syncopations like with the snare drums, which I think it's like really cool. Like that was one of the first things that I did notice. So like for example, when Gabriel showed me the song, like I'll like groove to it, right? Like I'll groove to like, you know, the 2s and the 4s of a song, you know, depending on what it is. And then as I was doing it, right, like the snare drum would be like tick, 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 like I'm just like, oh shoot, and I stopped grooving for a second, and I was just like paying attention to the drums, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But it's so cool though because it's kind of like
Yeah.
out of the norm.
Yeah.
So,
It's a really unique song.
Out of the
Yeah.
norm is like the best way to describe Black
Yeah.
Midi.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that is so far from the norm.
Yeah. But it fits so great.
It
Dude.
does.
Just so-
It sounds awesome.
All right, on to my number 8. And my number 8 is going to be Suffocate by Knock Loose and Poppy.
Yeah.
Really just heavy ass song. Like you can't get more heavy than that. And then Poppy does her thing. She does great. I love her screaming vocals and just really just killer fucking riffs on this song and the rest of the album as well. Just really just good shit.
It's such a good shit.
Yeah, fucking fire song.
Yeah. I wanted to see them live when they were in LA. I think they were playing the Shrine, but they played at the same day as my graduation. So of course I didn't go to that. But I've seen live videos of that show, and it looked so sick. You know, Knock Loose, that whole record is so sick. And shout out to Papa too, because she's a freaking killer. So.
Song was so good. They performed at Jimmy Kimmel.
Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. Yep. that was sick.
Yeah, and here's the thing with it too, like especially with hardcore music, not that like because like for me, I don't like gatekeeping music or like records, but I'm actually pretty stoked that with hardcore is kind of making its way to the mainstream slowly but surely, being on like national television. You know, like
we had Knocked Loose at Jimmy Kimmel, and then earlier in the year we had Gojira at the Olympics.
Yeah,
and those were just two breakout, standout moments in metal this year. So
so perfect example. So, dude, that's sick.
Yep.
Heck yeah,
Yep.
solid. Number 8. Oh, speaking of Poppy, Negative Spaces.
Hey.
Yeah. So, Gabriel, I think it was the same night that you showed me Cane Hill as we were coming back home from our like band meeting.
I think it was.
Yeah. So Cane Hill was one of the records that he was playing in the car, but the other record was Poppy's new record, which is freaking phenomenal, by the way. But the song Negative Spaces in particular, I freaking love that. I mean, no, not to discredit all of the other songs on that record that Gabriel has shown me, but when it comes to Negative Spaces, that song stuck out to me in particular. Like very pop punkish, very great production. And you know what I found out too? The dude in Bring Me the Horizon, I think his name is Jordan Fisher or something like that. He's the dude that's like the piano like synthesizer player.
Oh, okay.
Right? He
cool.
helped produce that record. So I was just like, oh shoot. So now looking back, looking at it and tying the two together, I'm like, okay, I could see like the similar production like with Poppy's record, and perhaps maybe she did like draw some inspiration from Bring Me the Horizon too, because the dude from there produced it. But yeah, when it comes to Negative Spaces, like it is so groovy, it's so catchy, great. Yeah, like Gabriel mentioned earlier, like yeah, this song is like it's like a pop punk song, and yeah, and it's super sick. Like I really like it. But yeah, since we were on the subject of Poppy,
shouts out to Poppy. She's great.
Yeah, but yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I feel like we're now in the post-pandemic era where like all the great music and like all the great bands are coming out and putting new music and touring again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just there's so much. It's getting so expensive. It's crazy.
Yeah. But, yeah. Shout out to Poppy. That's my number 8. If you need a band to open up for you, hit us. Alright, cool.
All right, we are now at number 7. For me, I have "Don't Rely on Other Men" by JPEG Mafia.
Nice.
I could have picked like 2 other songs off the same record, but this one for me, something about it, it's just so damn catchy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I mean, how else can you describe it? Like, it's so many things.
Oh yes, dude. Like, dude, and not to mention that he produces all of his music too. So he's a dude making all these beats. But the beats that he produces and he makes, I can say they're kind of out of the norm too. Like, there's so many like moments where it was like so random that he'll like put something into it.
It starts off as like a club banger. You need to get down, and then it fucking just picks up. It's got like elements of metal in there and like hard rock. Like the guitar is just screeching.
Oh, dude, yeah.
The raps are fucking insane.
Yeah.
The hook on it is catchy as all hell.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's so dope.
Good pick.
Man.
Good pick.
Great pick.
But yeah, I always go back to that song. That song is like so addicting to me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
As for my number 7 pick, it is going to be 555 by Smush. This song just has like one of my favorite blends of like heavy shoegaze. The guitars on this are so sick, and I love the vocals on this track too as well. Just some really really good like shoegazy type shit. It's so good. I love the sound of this song and the rest of the album for that matter. So big shouts out to Smush for the song 555. So good, so good.
Can't wait to check that out.
Yeah, no,
Because I know I'm just you describing it. I'm like I'm gonna love it.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
it's so good. Like that song and the album for that matter too is like when I first heard it, I knew instantly I loved it.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it was instant. So yeah,
Dude.
good stuff.
Heck yeah. Nice, man. Number 7, Von Dutch by Charlie XCX.
Nice.
Bruh, that song goes so hard. The whole album is so sick too. Yeah, just like, oh my gosh, she's so dope. Like, that song is so incredible. It's super catchy, you know. It's like techno-ish, like electro pop, and like just like with her vocals on it, like it sounds so sick. Like, oh my gosh.
You have to dance to that song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dude, I definitely had dance parties in my room alone to that song for sure. And yeah, it's so sick. And also too, I just learned this about her. She's actually a dope DJ as well. Like if you look it up, like videos of her like at the boiler room, right? Like she's legit like DJing, and it's so sick. And apparently, from what I've learned too, I don't know, I might be wrong, but she started off like DJing before she's got into a career as like a solo artist. So that's a pretty cool fact right there too. And also like another thing to add to it too is because she's engaged to George Daniels, the drummer in the 1975, and he DJed as well too.
Oh,
so
wow.
I was like, bro,
Oh,
what
both
the
DJs,
heck?
okay.
That's so dope. I know. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
heck? So it's like, yeah, super cool. Yeah. Yeah, power couple right there, but yeah, that song is so sick. And they're using that song in like WWE as well too, right?
Oh yeah, it was the theme song for Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it was the theme song for Royal Rumble, so I mean, shit. I wouldn't blame them. I would have done the exact same thing. But yeah, that's my number 7 pick.
I'm your number 7.
Yeah.
We're on number 6 now, right?
Number
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, okay, number 6.
I have Silhouettes in Motion by CU Space Cowboy.
Woo!
Yeah. Emo, screamo, sassy, rock. This album and this song, it feels like it came out 20 years ago, which is like a huge compliment in my opinion. Because
Yeah.
if this did come out 20 years ago, like I feel like they would have blown up.
Oh yeah.
This song
Yeah,
and this
definitely.
album has so many influences. Like surprisingly, Panic at the Disco. Is
Oh
like,
yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
I hear
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of Senses Fail in a way.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's so catchy. It's very melodic, which is like a big like departure from everything they made beforehand,
Mm-hmm.
but in the best way, like the right direction to take.
Yeah, no, for sure, 100%. We were actually super close to seeing them at Chain Reaction, but we were actually out of town when that happened because we were celebrating a friend's birthday. So, but if it wasn't for that, we would have definitely wanted to go see
I
them.
would've
You guys,
wanted-
you remember that, right? Back in like
Yeah,
August.
I
yeah.
wanted to go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a cool show to go to for sure.
Yeah,
man.
maybe next time. So.
All right, and for me, my number 6 is TV Off by Kendrick Lamar.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Yeah, love this song. It's Not Like Us, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah, Not Like Us. That's the big song, and that song is really, really good too. But I kind of wanted to pick another song that I like. So TV Off, I think, is also really, really good. Kendrick just snapped on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking, what else can you say, man? Like, he just goes off, and it's so good. Mustard on the beat, all that shit. So good. So shouts out Kendrick, man. TV Off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I was picking a song off GNX, TV Off is my.
I
favorite.
really like TV Off.
Yeah.
TV
Yeah,
Off.
that
is
shit
such
goes
a
hard.
fucking
For sure.
Hard ass song.
Yeah. To give Ian a special shout out as well to that because I don't know for like Gabriel's like instance, but for me, the reason why I knew about Kendrick Lamar was actually from Ian because I remember back when we were like freshmen in high school, you would be bumping like that Section 80.
Yeah. I've been a big fan of Kendrick for a long time, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like when he was like first starting, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It was pretty early on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
you
sure.
guys were super into him, and like I just kind of just like kept putting it off.
Yeah,
Like you guys kept listening to him, and I just put it off.
yeah.
And then one time, like I on YouTube, I came across the music video for what's it called? Freestyle, backstage freestyle.
Yeah. Oh,
Backseat
yeah.
Freestyle,
Wait,
yeah.
backseat freestyle.
Backseat
Yeah,
freestyle.
yeah.
I came across that music video on YouTube one day, and I was like, "Oh shit, what am I missing out on?"
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
cool.
No, it happens, man. It's all good.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely like a great song too. And also like now look at him, like he's one of the biggest artists.
Oh, dude, he's one of the goats, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for real.
And he's gonna be playing the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Which is gonna be this Sunday, well depending on when this video releases. But
Yeah.
We're filming this late.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be sick. But hey, that's tight.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright. For me, my number 6 is a song called Haven by Split Chain.
Nice.
Yeah, so that song is super dope. Very grunge, very 90s, but like with a modern twist. Also with some new metal influences too. So yeah, with that band in particular, I want to say I got into them around like November of 2024, so like a few months ago. I don't even, to be honest, it was just one of those things where you're just on YouTube and they just pop up under your recommendations. What struck out to me was their thumbnail because it looked like very aesthetic with the way that like it looked like, just like I said, with the thumbnail slash like picture. It looked very like old school VHS style with like the fisheye lens. It was for the music video Get Inside, which I really love that song too. But ever since then I just started like listening to like a lot of their music, but with Haven in particular, like it's very dope, like it's very upbeat, you know, it can make you want to jump like up and down and just like rock out to it. And yeah, Split Chain is very, very dope. They're actually on tour with Silverstein.
Nice.
They're opening up
Heck yeah.
for him. Yeah, I think they were just at the House of Blues in Anaheim actually not too long ago, maybe a few weeks ago. But yeah, those dudes are freaking sick. Yeah, they're a 5-piece band from the UK, and yeah. And what's cool is that like they're like underground right now, but I have a great feeling like give it a few years, they're gonna be like a very, very big band. I'm calling it out.
Call it out, man. Call it out.
I'm calling it out.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Shouts out Split Chain.
Yes, shout out Split Chain. Aiden, that's my number 6.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
My number 5 at one point was my number 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then after some deep consideration, I had to move it down because I like the other songs better.
Okay.
But number 5 for me is 360 by Charlie XCX.
Nice.
It took me a couple of listens to get into Brett as an album as a whole. But for 360, my first listen, I loved it instantly.
Mm-hmm.
The beat, the piano, the melody, the chorus, everything just clicks for me. It's simplistic yet somehow catchy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really like dive into like the instruments of that song, there's not a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
But it's so well put together.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, and it's so short that like I could put that on repeat.
Oh
yeah.
Because I never get tired of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing, I do want to add on to what you're saying, where like in parts of the song where it's not like doing a lot or like too much.
Yeah.
But I like it. I respect it.
Oh yeah.
Not everything
works.
Not everything needs to be like complicated and like too much. You know, something as simple as that really, really helps, and it can help take the cake too. So yeah, I mean that's definitely like a great pick too.
Yeah. But yeah, the first time I heard it, I loved it instantly, and then I just always go back to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. She's freaking dope. Like Charlie XCX, like she's so awesome. Like I love her.
Yep.
George Daniels, you're a lucky man.
All right, now on to me. My number 5 pick is First Test by Speed.
Ooh.
Yeah. Really, this song goes so hard, and it's just some really fucking good hardcore. And then the flute part just is the icing on the cake. It's so hard. It's just so good. And yeah, shouts out to Speed. Really liked First Test. Really, really good song. So definitely check it out if you're like into hardcore at all.
Yeah.
Super sick.
That was the first song I heard when you guys were telling me about that band.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to the breakdown at the end and you hear the flute, I was like, "What the fuck?" I
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
such a,
it's so surprising, but like you're like, dude, it goes hard.
yeah, it's such a like interesting change that like not many would think about, but I think it really adds a lot. So
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, because I believe the singer of that band, he's the one that's playing the flute. Correct me if I'm wrong, but anyways, yeah. For me, I don't know about Ian and Gabriel's take, but that's honestly the first time that I ever heard a flute ever in a hardcore song slash a project. So that was pretty new. But yeah, I like it when hardcore bands they do like something different and out of the ordinary. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't need to go by the book. And don't get me wrong, like no disrespect to all the legendary hardcore bands that are out there, and like just like hardcore bands out there in general. But I like it when bands like Speed and like Knock Loose, they're not afraid to experiment with certain types of sounds.
yeah.
I like that. Like that's totally fine.
Hmm.
So I like how, especially like with music, is being more open to like certain types of experimental like production and whichever the case may be with instrumentation wise. So yeah, great choice, man. Great choice.
Thanks. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Okay, for me, like I was saying earlier in the video, this is gonna be the part where it gets biased because these next ones that I'm gonna say are the ones that I am drummed on. So this song is called Glory, the live version by the Life Collective. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a background. So I graduated from a Christian university called Life Pacific. And we have a collective in that university, which is called the Life Collective. Back in April, we did a live recording of a record called Pure Bride that we did. And one of the songs, which is on my list, right? I drummed on the entire record for the live record, but for my fifth one is a song called Glory. And it's like, of course, which you guys could probably catch on by now, it's a worship song. It's a Christian song. But funny enough, in the live version, I was drumming on it, but in the actual the studio version, I didn't drum on it at all whatsoever. But I started the music video for it, and I drummed on the dude's parts and everything, trying to emulate it as much as I can. So when I actually did the live recording, I was like, oh, that's so sick, I get to play the dude's part, but at the same time, I kind of make it into my own way, for example. But yeah, I love this song. It's kind of like a samba, Latin type of groove, which is really really cool. And yeah, that would be my pick for sure. Shout out to Life Pacific. Shoot, I did graduate over there, and I got to be a part of some awesome and dope records and recordings. So yeah, super super sick. But yeah, that was really fun. That was and honestly, that was the first live recording that. Actually, no, that's not true. I lied. I've done some previous ones before, but
You've been around.
Was that was the most recent one that I've done, and I had the most fun doing it.
Okay.
Not to discredit the other lifestyle that I have, but when it comes to that one, yeah, super super fun, super sick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Number 4.
Yeah.
All right, number 4 for me. You guys know me. I'm a big gamer.
Yep.
You are.
I feel like every year there's a game that comes out and there's music in the game that I love, and it's always in my favorites list.
Mm-hmm.
For me, this year it's ended up on my number 4. It is Promise, the Pragma version by Akira Yamaoka.
Okay.
And it is from the video game Silent Hill 2.
Nice.
Oh.
So this Silent Hill 2 is a remake that came out last year. And they got the same composer from the original to redo the soundtrack for this one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the big main songs that was in the original. And in this one, it's mostly the same, but re-recorded with emphasis on the different instruments and stuff like that. This one's a lot more orchestral in the breakdown. In the original, the main riff was done with an electric guitar. In this new version, it's done with an acoustic guitar, and it really helps bring out the emotion that the song's supposed to give. For me, it's an amazing story. So like when you have that song combined with the game, it brings out something in me. It's emotional, it's sad, yet hopeful. Um, if you hear the song by itself, it's a great song. It's an instrumental. You know, there's no lyrics or anything. But with the context of the game, that's what makes it stand out as like my number 4 of the year because it's just very powerful.
Nice.
Nice.
Love it. You know what? Okay. That's really dope. I had no idea they remade it. Because before you said like, oh, they like remade it, you said Silent 2. I'm like,
Yeah,
it came out like a while
It
ago.
came out in 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
But
And then 2024, it was a remake from the ground up. And then they brought in the composer and they redid the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And even added some new songs, I believe.
So it's technically new. I would
It's
think.
it's a new version of the song.
Yeah.
It's expanded upon. There's new instruments added in. Like I said, like the big breakdown that happens like 3 minutes into the song, like that has so many new orchestral elements added in. It sounds a lot grander than it did in the original. It's honestly like a big improvement in my opinion. So yeah.
That's tight.
Nice.
Dang. Okay. Dang. The video game soundtracks. That's dope. Dang. I should have thought of that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. No, there's so much good music in video games, so it totally makes sense. You know, that's out Silent Hill too.
Yeah, I play a lot of video games, and
Yeah.
like I feel like every year like there's at least like one song that like is like a favorite of mine.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Gabriel's gone me into so many video games. I can verify that too.
My number 4 pick is Sin Medio by JPEG Mafia. Yeah, the production on this song is just so good. The electronic synths, and then especially the guitar sounds amazing on this song. The production is insane on this song, and I really, really dig it. Everything about it, the electronic parts, the guitar parts, the rapping parts, it's just all so good. So shouts out JPEG Mafia for Sin Medio. Really, really good song.
R.I.P. Aaron Carter.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a banger of a song.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that song.
It's another favorite off that album for me.
For me, it's a song called "Still Flowing" by the Life Collective. Shout out to my homie Albert Rios, but yeah, he sang on that song. I drummed on it. Super fun. That was actually the first song that I drummed for the Pure Bride record. I remember we did that like I want to say September of 2023. So almost 2 years ago, and yeah, it was really cool. It was the first song, yeah, like I said, that I recorded for the record, but also just for Pacific, like in general too. And that moment in time right there when I recorded for Albert's song, that was actually the moment where it made me fall in love with studio drumming and production. So I'm just like, man, like, I mean, and of course, like, previous songs, you know what I mean, and projects that I did with like Care Too Much and everything like that, those are like really, really dope as well too, you know, and I love the aspect of it. But the thing is that with Live Pacific, just like in general, like I got to like sit in and like I got to hear like the records and I got to like play it to it. I'm just like, dang, like this is what I want to do. Like I really want to get to more like studio work, you know, whether it was with like Live Collective, whether it's with Care Too Much or just like with any other project, like I would really love to do that. I'm not like, you know, just wanting to get like my own studio equipment, wanting to get this and that, and learning like the intricacies of like what makes a record sound how it sounds, and what makes a production sound how it sounds, how to make it sound good, you know, what plugins to use if you are a fan of plugins, and just like certain little moments of that. But yeah, it would be that song, and yeah. Oh no, I just love drumming.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
You are
fun.
the drummer boy.
Yeah, man,
you are the
exactly.
drummer boy.
Exactly.
Number 3 for me is Death and Romance by Magdalena Bay.
Okay.
If I had to describe this song in one word, it makes
Nice. There you go.
I love Magdalena Bay. A couple of years ago, they came out with Mercurial World. Mercurial World. And that was a banger. You love Secrets. I showed you Secrets. You love that song.
Yeah, and they played at my work too.
Yeah.
So, yep.
And then in 2024, when their new album was coming out, this was the lead single, and I loved it the second I heard it. Amazing synth pop. It's got the groovy bass every now and then that you hear. The chorus is so majestic and dreamlike, and I just want to sing it every time I hear it. It's such a good tune.
Really is. It really is. Yeah, they're really freaking dope. Yeah, Gabriel got me into them as well too. Like what he was saying previously with Secrets, which that was like a very that was a very very great track for you to introduce me to like the band. Like it was so good. And what's really cool about that, because they played that song too, like at my job as well, because we have a playlist, right? And they played it in the speakers, and I'm just like, wait a minute, is that who I think it is? And I'm like, don't give it, like, yo, they play their music like at my job, so it's really cool. But yeah, they're a dope like band for sure.
Yeah, I love that band. I love that song.
Just have night going a day.
But,
All right, now on to me, and my number 3 pick is "Holy Holy" by Georgie Grieve.
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, just a really wild fucking killer song. It's 6 minutes long, but every single part of it is so good, and it just gets more like insane, and like the chorus is super super catchy, and I really like it even at the end where he's like bum 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, just really all around great song, like out of the box, just fucking wild, but in all the best ways possible.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shouts out "Holy Holy."
Yeah.
Really good song, man.
Hey,
It
we
really
found
is. Thanks, Gabriel, for showing us.
Yeah,
that.
thank you, Gabriel. Yeah,
is that the first song where we have two or like one of ours is like in the top 10?
I think so. Yeah, it
Yeah,
could be. Yeah,
Yeah, it is for you
It is.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys. I mean, also, I mean, with JPEG Mafia being the artist, but that's like different.
Yeah, but we
songs,
chose different songs.
Yeah.
All right,
great
cool.
song.
Nice.
Great song.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really like that song.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So for me, a song called "Weep No More" by the Life Collective, and this song is like it's like a rock / pop punk like Christian song. You know, one of those like kind of like, don't know if I want to say edgier, but like one of like a little bit on the hard side in terms of like instrumentation wise, and it's pretty cool. Shout out to the homegirl Julie who did vocals on that, and some other people. But it was really really cool doing that song. When my professor Professor Felix over there at the school at the time, when he showed me like the instrumentation to the song, I was like, well, like, and this is just like without the drums, you know, like no drum tracks at all. He emailed it over to me. He's like, hey, you want to get on the song? I'm like, yeah, sure. I heard it and I was like, oh shoot, this is sick. And I already came up with like a drum part like right there, like already had it all planned and mapped out. But it's off Pure Bride as well too, off that record. Go listen to it if you haven't already. It'll definitely bless you for sure. And yeah, it was like really cool. It was like I like to think of it as a pop punk Christian song.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It allowed me to show a little bit of my rock roots with it too, because I grew up on rock as well too with worship. So yeah, so that was pretty dope. So
Nice.
that's my number 3.
Number 2, I got "Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Song of the summer, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
We're filming this late, and it's already February.
Yeah.
And as of recording, this song just won 5 Grammys,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Like, how the fuck do you call Drake a pedophile and walk away with 5
Yeah.
Grammys?
I know,
Only
like
Kendrick.
That is the
Only
craziest shit to ever fucking happen.
a diss record.
Yeah.
He's going to perform at the Super Bowl this Sunday as of recording, and no doubt he's going to sing that song live.
Oh yeah.
He's going to get a whole stadium of football fans to sing A minor,
A minor.
and it's going to be insane.
Yeah.
But, like, disregarding all that, like, the song itself is fucking killer.
Oh yeah.
The beat is insane. The fucking bars flow so well.
Oh yeah. It's so good. Even the music video.
Verse after
Yeah.
verse after verse. It's just such a damn well written song.
Yeah,
Really
it's no
is.
wonder why it became like Song of the Year. Basically, it's no wonder.
And
Yeah.
then, of course,
Really
the hook. You know, like you can't not sing. They not like us.
Yeah.
They not like us.
Yep. We're
Yeah.
from LA too, so of course,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
that means a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel bad for Drake for being humiliated and all of this, but hey, man, that song is fire.
Yeah, he had to do it, man.
Yeah. Nice choice, man.
West Coast, West Side.
I'm not gonna.
We're gonna blur it out.
Yeah.
So my number 2 song of 2024 is "Steel Spine" by Lock Shut.
Yeah.
Such a hardcore song. Like I listened to this and I was like, I'm like back into hardcore again. Like it's just so good. Just classic, roots hardcore. Just goes so hard. Every part of it I love, and it just makes me want to just fucking swing my fist in the air. And
Yeah.
it's just so awesome. And yeah, shouts out Lock Shut for
Yeah.
Steel Spine. Great song, great heavy song.
Yeah. Again, thank you, Gabriel, for
Yeah.
introducing it to us.
Yeah, thank
Of
you,
course,
Gabriel.
of course.
We need to go to Sound and Fury this year, please. Can
Yeah.
we go?
Let's
We'll aim
go.
for it.
I know, I
waiting
want to
for
go.
that sound and that fury.
Yeah, for those of you
Yeah.
guys, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. But for those of you guys that don't know, Sound and Fury is like an annual hardcore festival that they have. Usually happens around like July, like in the summer, and they get like so many great like hardcore bands. They bring legendary ones up there and like even newer ones on the scene too. But I've always really wanted.
Yeah, it would be cool to go to that.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's just the thing is that it sucks because it's in the summertime. It's gonna be outdoors. It's gonna be hot, so we need to like dress
True.
according to plan,
Yeah,
like
true.
shorts and everything like that. I know I don't want to wear pants,
Mhm.
but anyways, yeah, because I don't want to go alone. So yeah. Okay, cool, sweet.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah.
good. All right, for my number 2, it's gonna be Kingdom Come by the Life Collective, and off of Pure Bride. Yeah, it's a really dope song. The drums and like the musicality of it, if I was to describe it, kind of sounds a little bit like the Black Keys.
Mhm.
Like the drums, a little bit of the dryness to it. As I was picking drum sounds with it with Professor Ryan Klaus. He's one of the like professors over there at the school, and also he helped like produce like the record as well too. We were working on it at his studio in SoCal. I'm not gonna dox where it is, but yeah, we were just picking up like we were talking like drum sounds. Like he's like, "Hey, what do you think of this sound? Like a little bit on the dry side." And he was listing up Black Keys as like a reference, and I'm like, "Yeah, they're a freaking dope band, and I vibe with it." And it came out really well too. It's like it's kind of like if I was to describe like the song as like, oh, like we're coming for you, just like that build and everything
Yeah.
like that. And it's so sick. But yeah, great song. Love it. And yeah, check out their record if you haven't. It's really dope. And I'm not saying that just because I drummed on it, but it's just like really dope. Because I didn't drum on another thing too that I would like to add. I didn't drum on the entire record. I only drummed on 4 songs, and there's a total of 10 songs I believe on the record. So I'm not just saying that because I drummed on like a good majority. There's other drummers that have been a part of it as well, and other musicians, but it's just a great song and a great record. So yeah, that's my number 2.
Nice. All right, and now on to the number 1 picks.
For me, my number 1 song of the year is an artist you had earlier,
Okay.
but I chose a different song.
Okay.
It is "Don't Reach for Me" by Knocked Loose.
Hell yeah, nice.
When I first heard this song, instantly it was my favorite of the year. I knew right then and there like it's going to be very hard to beat, and sure enough, nothing topped it. It's my number 1 of the year. Insanely heavy, hardcore song. Nothing much to say other than that. When I first heard the chorus, I was like blown away. Like the lines in the chorus, when your arms are too weak to pull yourself back up, don't reach for me. Oh my god, dude,
Yeah.
I was blown away. Like
Yeah.
once I heard that chorus for the first time, I was like, this is my favorite song of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But yeah, like it's got that bass fucking breakdown in the second verse.
Yeah.
It's got the build up at the end after the last chorus. It's
Uh-huh.
such a killer track, and that was my favorite from that album, and that's my favorite of the year.
Nice. Great pick.
Love
I love that song too. So totally get it.
Great choice.
All right, now on to me. My number 1 song of 2024 is Giant's Despair by One Step Closer.
Whoa.
And this is where some of my bias comes in because, as I said before, I really love emo music. That's probably one of my favorite genres to listen to. And this song, along with the record, just really scratches my emo itch. I love this song and super like nice guitars and just like the sound that I love on this song. And yeah, if you're into emo at all, I would say give it a shot. It's really good, really well done by One Step Closer. And yeah, just really great emo song. And I love it. So good.
Yeah, they really do. One Step Closer is a great hardcore band as well too.
Yeah.
I remember getting into those guys. I want to say like around like 2021, I believe, because I saw a live video of them performing at LBD Fest back in like early 2020. So before the pandemic even like happened, they were able to like perform, and they were really, really, really sick.
Yeah,
Like
they're good.
Yeah, hardcore straight edge band. Those dudes are young too. They're like, I want to say they're around the same age as us, maybe just a few years younger. But man, those dudes are freaking killer.
Yeah,
you know?
love them. Yeah, shouts out One Step Closer.
Yeah,
they're
and they're on
good.
Run for Cover Records too,
Oh, nice.
which is
That's
super
cool.
dope.
Yeah.
A great record label.
Mhm.
That has a bunch of bands.
Yeah, a lot of
we all
bands
love.
that we like on that label too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, sick.
Yep.
All right. For me, my number one song, 2024, "You Make a Way" by the Life Collective.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna give you a good amount of reasons why that's like my number one. I don't want, and this reason by any means necessary is not because I just jumped on it, but it's my favorite. It was like my favorite song off the entire Pure Bride record. Not just because from a drummer perspective, but I'm a huge sucker for melodies. I love a great melody in a song. If it's not drumming, it's a melody. And that song right there has such a great melody. Melodies, plural. And Bailey Pepper, Brianna Frank, two of my other homegirls, they sang really, really well on that track. There was even a moment of time where after recording, I went and I spoke to Bree and Bailey individually, and I was like, "Hey, I want to tell you guys something. Out of all the songs on that record, that was actually my favorite. Like, I expressed that to them and told them that, like, you guys wrote that really, really well. It has a great melody, great lyrics, and it was so composed like so beautifully. So yeah, it was. I really, really like that song. I still listen to it from time to time, to this day. And even though it only has been out for like a few months, I made it sound like it's been out like years ago. But I do go back to that song and many others off that record from time to time, and it's really, really great. And just listening to that record, it makes me miss going back to school. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me miss Life Pacific. Yeah, so I really love that song, and it stood out to me too. So yeah, shout out to everybody who worked on that entire record. Like all the people that I named, all the people that I didn't name. I apologize, I missed some other people, but that would be my number one.
So, as you can see, those were our top 10 songs of 2024. Across 30 songs, 2 of them were actually the same. You guys both had Locked Shut, Still Spine, and you and me had Jordy Griep, Holy Holy.
Right.
And I think it's safe to say that those 2 are probably our band collective songs of the year.
Songs of the year, yeah.
So, congratulations to those 2 songs.
Yeah, great songs. Love them.
If you follow us on Spotify, we will have a playlist with all these songs that you guys can check out.
Yep.
Feel free to comment below your favorite songs of the year so we could check them out. I'm always happy to look up and listen to new music. If there's any songs that we like, if there's any songs we like that you guys also liked, let us know.
Yep.
And we are Care Too Much. We are a band from Covina, California. We have a new EP out now called No Complaints. Go ahead and listen to it anywhere you listen to music. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have music videos, visualizers, and the new EP, No Complaints, as I just mentioned. Also, new weekly episodes of the Care Too Much show, only if you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. I've been GC3. That's Young Ian, drummer boy Josh. We will see you guys next time.
See ya.
See you guys.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, so good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.